Federation Police, short for Galaxy Federation Police Force. Their function and organizational structure is basically the same as the police force in our time, but following the transition of human habitation to outer space, a specialized unit was created. The Special Operations Command Detachment, of which Ziggy was a member in the past, specialized in anti-terrorist operations as well as the protection and rescue of VIPs. Fifth, Jerusalem, the capital planet of the Galaxy Federation, and seat of the central legislative, judicial, and administrative agencies. The headquarters of the SOCE is also located here. Its name originated from the fact that it was the fifth planetary capital of the Galaxy Federation. Gate jump. The act of entering hyperspace. The process involves transitioning from the normal space into warp space, also known as warp in. Gate out. The act of exiting hyperspace. The process involves transitioning out of warp space and back into normal space, also known as warp out. Generator. An in-game reference to the ELSA's main engine. Genodistic structure. Genodistic domes were invented by the engineer-mathematician Richard Buckminster Fuller, the patent in 1951, as it means to provide sufficient housing structures using fuser resources. This name is used to describe the visual representation of the basic UMN structure, since it resembles the shape of a geodesic dome. GFG, Galaxy Federation Government, an interplanetary republic comprised of approximately 500,000 planets. Each planetary system maintains autonomous rule within the framework of Federation law. Its planetary capital is Fifth Jerusalem. Gnosis. Entities shrouded in mystery, of which the only known attribute is hostility towards mankind. Gnosis exist in a unique dimension, separate from the physical plane. Therefore, it's normally impossible to come in contact with them. Due to the variations in external appearance, the standard practice is to name them after mythical creatures. Hammer. Born TC 4740. Age 27 years old. Navigator on the passenger cargo ship Elsa. He may not look it, but he was once revered as a brilliant hacker in his teens. However, he got in way over his head when he hacked into a criminal organization's database, and he has been on the run since then. He was rescued by Matthews, and the two have worked together ever since. He knows Tony, the pilot, since childhood. Although he may be a clown, he is an excellent navigator and engineer. Hilbert effect. Whew, this one's gonna be long. A device which generates a finely bound realm, a sensory realm to be exact, to enable an intersection with the imaginary realm. There are specific wave energies that exist in both the realms of real numbers and imaginary numbers. This device interprets such waves energies into a common language, thereby allowing the physical realm to interact with the imaginary realm, the realm of Planck scales. What this means, then, is the gnosis which exists outside our physical laws can effectively be dealt with using physical, real-world approach. Hyperspace, a realm of alternate space that vessels pass through during a gate jump. It is shaped like a tube and thought to be similar in nature to what are commonly known as wormholes. Interconnection, mutual interaction. The in-game reference is to the act of establishing a non-local connection using the VR2000. This method frees data transference from the limitation of physics, allowing an instantaneous exchange of data across the distance millions of light years apart. It utilizes the EPR paradox, which constitutes the heart of the UMN. Jin. Born TC 4732. 35 years old. His full name is Jin Uzuki, and he is Shion's older brother, related by blood. It is difficult to discern his characteristics from just the visuals, but he does appear to be hiding something behind that goofy look. He's an expert swordsman. Maybe. Unfortunately, his moment to shine will not arrive until the next episode. Our apologies on those of you who are just dying to see him in action. Yes, he comes up in the next episode, but we will not be going to episode 2. We are going to skip episode 2 and go to episode 3, because I am not playing Xenosaga episode 3 ever again. Or 2 ever again. Not 3. 3 I'd love to play. Joachim Mizrahi. Born TC 4701. Age 52 years old at the time of his death. An advocate of the 100 Series Observational Unit and essentially Momo's father. A scientist renowned for his genius, he died in TC 4753, the year the Miltian conflict began. The Federation benefited greatly from his contributions, as his numerous research findings played a large part in the Federation's growth. He was also Julie Mizrahi's former husband. Julie Mizrahi. Born TC 4723, 44 years old, one of the top members of the Galaxy Federation's Subcommittee on Close Encounters, SOCE, and widow of the late Joachim Mizrahi. In TC 4754, her alarm over the increase in Gnosis phenomena, I'm guessing that's what that says, prompted her to form the SOCE. She is the current legal guardian of Momo, one of the 100 Series observational units, which she developed in conjunction with her late husband, Joachim. Her maiden name is Niwashiro. Keltia, a planetary member of the Galaxy Federation and the location of the Seraphim Sisters concert. Kindling. When bursts of electrical discharges occur repeatedly in the brain, the neural impulses pass through the limbic system repeatedly. The result is a permanent acceleration of certain neural connections, or the opening of an entirely new neural path. Kindling is any process that permanently alters the inner emotional state of being of the host. Cosmos. An armored female android developed by the interstellar conglomerate Vector Industries. She is comprised entirely of mechanical parts, a rarity in the age of advanced reality technology. The basic tenet to which she adheres is based on logic, probability, and completion of her mission above all else. She also unconditionally protects Shion, her creator. She is equipped with the Simulated Personality OS to aid in communication, and though her speech conveys her role as an android in service to humans, her tendency to put logic and probability first makes her quite difficult to manage at times. The name Cosmos is a general acronym to denote an anti-Gnosis tactical system. It stands for Cosmos Bay Strategic Multiple Operation Systems. Cosmos' main equipment from 2nd Division. The equipment Cosmos would have when ready for deployment. Since the military brass was getting impatient with the slow pace of development, Alan thought to shave off their worries by handing Shion a list of equipment which the 2nd Division provided. Kukai Foundation, a unique foundation whose membership extends to both Matthews and his crew. Its headquarters is located on a free-orbiting space colony. We'll get to see that later. Lake Turkana. A lake located in the northern tip of Kenya, which covers an area of 7,000 square kilometers. Its maximum depth is 73 meters. Many ancient human fossil discoveries were made at this site, also known as Lake Rudolph. Lieutenant Commander. Born TC 4734, 33 years old, a member of the UTIC organization and subordinate of Trankov's. He infiltrated the Walglende in order to take possession of the Zohar. He tends to wear his heart on the sleeve, but he is very conscientious of his duties and quite the stickler for regulations and time. He has an older brother whom he was separated from at birth. The Lieutenant Commander Vanderkam. Lieutenant Commander in the UTIC organization. Rumor has it that he was aboard the Waglende to secure the Zohar. Whether he is the same officer who reprimanded Shion is as yet unknown. Life Pod, a life preservation class used in emergencies. The Waglinde was equipped with many of these life pods, but by the time Shion and Ellen escape, only one remained. Maximum occupancy is limited of 2 to 2, and the life support system can run for 500 hours. However, judging from the levels of remaining oxygen, it seems that Shion's pod already had problems on or before takeoff.